First of all, right? Let's be clear. Let's be clear that I don't care who diss me. I don't care who had anything negative to say about me. I don't business about that. All right? That's something that I don't even business about. Two, people like to speculate and take the negative from every situation and highlight the negative. People don't like to highlight the positive, right? As you heard, Swiss Beats say, "Yo, Majah Hype is my man. He's always on my live." So there's no animosity when it comes to what we do, right? That's number one. Number two, I don't have any. Every man have their right to speak, right? Mataran have his right to speak. I have my right to speak. Swiss Beats have his right to speak, and so forth. Cool. Mataran opinion is not based off of my opinions, right? Mataran opinions is not based on my opinions. My opinions from when I first started the clashes and when I first started talking about the situations, my opinion has not changed today. And my opinions is not based off of Swiss Beats. It's not based off of Bounty Killer and Beenie Man. It's based off a number of years of me being a part of this Caribbean culture and seeing our own crab in the barrel mentality, our own need to fight each other. As small, you see, Trooper, all right, as small as the Caribbean culture may be, or as small as we may think it is, we have the desire and the need to want to fight each other all the time. And that was my initial grievance with the whole situation. Now, I'm not disappointed in anything that I said because I know what I was saying and I know what I was talking about. I'm not disappointed, or do I feel disrespected by Swiss Beats, because even in his comment, which everybody, I didn't even see the comment, really and truly. I didn't even see the comment, right? But when people were screenshotting me the comment, as you can see, he said what he had to say, but he still said, "We good." He still said, yo, King, you good, we good, but don't ever disrespect VERZUZ. Now, let me just put this out here. Never once have I disrespected anybody's platform, much less Swiss Beats, because I'm more disappointed in the people more than the comment. I'm more disrespected in the people than the comment, because people, I've been doing this for what, 9 years now. The people who have been following me know that I put everything on the line for my culture. I put everything on the line for the Caribbean people. I've opened doors that other Caribbean people have not opened. I've put my whole life on the line for this Caribbean culture. And to sit back and watch these comments and see the people that follow me, or the people who say that they're about this Caribbean life and they're about this culture, to see them jump on a side or a fence, it's ridiculous to me. It's crazy ridiculous to me. You understand what I'm saying? I get where Swiss Beats is coming from, and I understand where he's coming from, but at the end of the day, let me tell you this, right? What I am talking about and what my grievance with my culture is has nothing to do with Swiss Beats. Nothing at all. Right? I don't care if it was VERZUZ that did the clash. I don't care if it was curses. I don't care if it was nurses. I don't care what it was. At the end of the day, when I made my speech, I stand by my talk. You see, Mataran, I'm not going to talk for Mataran because he did his live early and he said what he had to say. But to me, what I get from what he is, the place he's coming from, is a personal relationship between him and Bounty Killer. See, the people who don't know what's going on behind the scenes and the people them who don't know what the culture is away from the limelight and all of that. Mataran and Bounty Killer been na attack. Bounty Killer and Mataran been, they was friends at one point. Something happened. They were no longer friends. And they talk, and he's talking from his experience. I can't back what he's saying. I can't stand up for what he's saying because I'm not in that space. I'm fans of Bounty Killer. I'm fans of Beenie Man, Buju, and the whole Caribbean culture. Straight up. I'm fans of Marshall. I'm fans of Bungie. I'm fans of this Caribbean culture. I'm a fan first before I am a comedian or whoever. You understand what I'm saying? And people, let me tell you something. Don't even acknowledge the ignorant and the negative comments. Don't even acknowledge it, because at the end of the day, that's what some people, that's what they strive off of that. They strive off of seeing segregation. They strive off of seeing divide and conquer. They strive off of seeing war and animosity between people. You understand what I'm saying? I talk for myself, and my talk is never going to change. My talk is never going to change. We, as Caribbean people, we are our biggest enemies. We are our biggest enemies. A lot of things that we could do for each other, we don't decide to do it for each other. A lot of people who fight against each other have no reason to fight against each other. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just the facts. That's just the facts. So, I don't care if last night was historic, regardless of how you look at it. It was historic. What I don't respect is that Swizz Beatz said never disrespect VERZUZ. Nobody. I personally, like I said, I can speak for myself. I personally never disrespected VERZUZ or Swizz Beatz. I have no reason to. I have no reason to. So for me to disrespect Swizz Beatz is far left. You understand what I'm saying? I joined the live, saw Mataran talking about the live. He requested me. He started speaking. I spoke my piece. He spoke his piece. And that's what it is. You understand what I'm saying? Where I'm speaking from is from well, a lot of people is on here and don't even follow Majah Hype. A lot of people is on here and don't even know what Majah Hype is about. A lot of people is on here and don't even know where the story is coming from. A lot of people is on here and don't even understand what it's about. So I'm not speaking to those people. I'm speaking to the people who knows Majah Hype for the last 9 years and know that, yo, I made a hashtag. My hashtag is Caribbean Pride. My hashtag is One Caribbean. My hashtag is West Indies United. We talking about 9 years ago. We're not talking about last week when a VERZUZ flyer dropped. How could we be talking about something from last week when I've been supporting and running with this culture for the last 9 years. It makes no sense. So for me, it's way further and way beyond all of that. Way further and way beyond all of that. And like I said, I'm not disappointed in Swiss Beats. Because real talk, he has all right to be upset if he want to feel that way. He has 100% reason. You know why? Because he's looking at Majah Hype like, yo, Majah Hype is supposed to be my mans. Majah Hype is supposed to be my boy. I support him. He supports me. And he's sitting on the phone while rants is going on and not correcting it. Okay, that's cool. But like I said, everybody got their right to talk. Everybody got their right to speak. I can speak for myself. And when I speak for me and I speak for my culture. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just the facts of it. Nobody disrespected Swiss Beats VERZUZ because guess what? I was on Lil Jon and T-Pain clash. I was on Babyface and Teddy Riley clash. I even did a skit about it. So for me to turn around and diss it doesn't even make sense. Doesn't even make sense. That's number one. Hold on, Steely. That's number one. You understand what I'm saying? And when I speak, a lot of people take my passion for being upset or being vexed. I'm never vexed because at the end of the day, let me tell you something. I'm speaking from the place where I started this clash. And if anybody who follows me and jumps on the lives and all of that, you know, I said I saw Swiss Beats doing something for his culture and I wanted to do it for mine. That's, if anybody remembers that, you let me know if y'all remember that. But I said I saw Swiss Beats doing something for his culture and I decided to do it for my culture. Because nobody else wasn't doing it. While she was doing clashes, well, he wasn't doing it on this platform. He was doing it on another platform where you had to leave Instagram to go somewhere else to watch it. I even made jokes about it the day of the day before the clash, or I think the day before when we did the female clash. I came out as Mitzi. And I was making jokes about the clash, and I said, "Yo, we're gonna all go and nuff up Swiss Beats versus Clash." So for people to think that it was surprising for me to be there and to see it and to be commenting is been known to me. At the end of the day, the culture wins. The culture wins. At the end of the day, the culture wins. Because what? And let me just keep it. Let me just keep it a buck. Bounty Killer, Beenie Man is two mega colossal names. Two mega names. Beenie Man and Bounty Killer, from all of us till now, we know them names. From youths growing up to being the men that we are now, we know those names way before any Swiss Beats, any Timberland, anybody else. We know those names. Those is household names. So guess what? I appreciate that Swiss Beats took up the culture and respect the culture and put it on his platform. I respect that. But anybody could have did those two names and got those results. Because those names is worldwide names. West Indian Made. He could have did it on his platform and got those same numbers. Because of the names. Not because of the people. Because of the names. And my point is always going to be valid. We need to respect each other. We need to help each other. And we need to work with each other. And we need to make our culture bigger than what it is. Because if you want to get real with it, rap culture come from dancehall culture. If you really want to be real with it. If you really know your history about it. Kool Herc is Jamaican. The founder of rap music. If you really want to keep it real. If you really want to keep it a buck. And what I don't want is anybody to feel like they're putting us further than what we would have been had not it been for them. I want my people to recognize what we have, the gems that we got. That's what I want our people to do. And when I say our people, I'm talking about Caribbean people, black people. I want us to realize what we have. We got a gem. And if we stop fighting against each other, it'll be way bigger than what we thought it was. I'm talking, and like I said, I would never call Bounty Killer or Beenie Man a pussy wall or this or that. That's Mataran talk. If Mataran want to talk like that, that's his talk. They've been friends for years. He know them personally for years. That's what it is. That's what you want to talk. You talk that talk, bro. That's not my talk. My talk is for the selectors that I've been calling to clash, who don't want to clash, or who don't want to do something for their culture, or who don't want to do something for the people who come and spend money to be in your parties and be in our comedy shows and be in your concerts and all of that. Because it's a free forum, these people feel like they don't need to do it. And I'm obligated to my people. I'm obligated to my people at all costs, because these people is the people who made me who I am today. And I'm very grateful. Very grateful for what I've obtained, for what I've gained, for my career. I'm able to feed my kids, my family. I'm good. So I'm very grateful for that. But when I call these artists, or when I call, and I didn't, and before, I never called Bounty and Beenie Man. So they could never be in my statement, because I never called them. I'm talking directly to the people that I've spoken to that backed out and felt like they didn't have an obligation to the people. That's what I'm speaking on. So, and I know people like confusion and misery like company. I know that. I know that very well. And I just feel like I got caught up in something that was beyond me. Mataran, in his personal feelings, with whatever's going on, that's him. He could speak his truth, speak his facts. Speak your facts, fam. And a lot of people don't even get it. Up to this day, they still don't get it. Up to this day, they still don't get it. There's assholes on here commenting, are you Jamaican? If you're not Jamaican, don't speak Jamaican. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that. And this is what I've been speaking for years. And this is why we're so segregated, and this is why we're at the point that we're at right now. Because we all gotta be segregated. Trini must stay with Trini. Jamaican must stay with Jamaican. Grenadian must stay with Grenadian. Haitian stay with Haitian. That's bullshit. Just because a boat dropped your ancestors off somewhere else don't mean that we ain't one. Somebody sent me a post, a picture yesterday, saying it had a picture of Bungie Garland and a picture of Marshall side by side. And the person said, you need to make this happen. I'm not making nothing happen. I'm not doing no more clashes. I'ma stay in my lane. I'ma do my comedy. If you need a good laugh, you come on my page. I'm not doing no more clashes. Shout to all the selectors who was a part of it, who made the difference within our community. Shout to the people who saw the vision. Shout to the people who felt the love. I'm not doing no more clashes. And it hurt me to say it more than it hurts you to hear it. It hurts me to say it more than it hurts you to hear it. That I'm not doing no more clashes. You know why? Because this is our culture. And when people take our culture out of perspective and make it a personal thing, that's where we get a problem. That's where we get a problem at. When you take something general and make it personal, There's a problem. And I don't want nobody, don't nobody call me and tell me you can't stop the clashes, because I am stopping it. I don't want nothing to do with a clash. I'm going to do my comedy. I'm a comedian. I'm going to stick in my lane. And I'm going to wave that banner for my culture as a comedian. I'm going to wave that flag as a comedian for my culture. That's what it is. And it's not about giving up. It has nothing to do with giving up. It has nothing to do with that. What it has to do is knowing when you do your best and the same people who you're doing your best for turn around and spit in your face. That's what it's about. Because everybody who is Caribbean and everybody who does follow me and everybody who did watch the lives and heard what I was speaking about knew exactly what I was talking about. They knew exactly what I was talking about because we was talking about this way before this VERZUZ shit came up. This is something that we was talking about way before this. When me and Mataron was on live talking about which selectors we can't get. When me and Steely was talking about why the selectors them don't want to be a part of it. This is what we was talking about and coming from it. But because VERZUZ came up, now we talking about VERZUZ. Now we disrespecting VERZUZ. You see, because the culture, nobody's paying attention to the culture until it has to do with them. This conversation has been weeks and weeks and weeks old. But because it has something to do with their culture now and them being a part of the culture, now we disrespecting people. Now we disrespecting people. So everybody who want to keep the clash, y'all go ahead, keep y'all clash, have fun, enjoy it. I'll support it to my fullest capacity. I will fucking be in the comments. I will like it. I will share it. I will subscribe to it. Whatever the fuck y'all need, I will do it. But I'm not gonna be the forefront. I'm not gonna be the person so that my name could be called and mash up friendships and say, oh, you disrespecting and this and that. Disrespecting. I live this, bro. I live this. My legacy is built off of this. Dancehall. Caribbean culture. Caribbean comedy. My legacy is built off of this. I could never disrespect this. I travel around the world and wave that banner for everybody, not just for me. Not just for me. When I do skits and I put a artist song in it, they didn't ask me to put their song in it. I put it. I put it. Big up to Cranium, big up to Conscience, big up to Taurus Riley, big up to everybody who passes through Spraga Benz, Red Rat, big up everybody who passes through on the live on a regular basis. Big up to Swiss Beats as well. Swiss Beats, me and Swiss Beats had a conversation for about an hour, just talking about the game and talking about the business before all of this quarantine shit went down. And that's why it's surprising to me for my name to be called in it, because if you know me, you know what I'm about and what I stand for. And I don't stand for disrespecting nobody, and I don't stand for nobody disrespecting me. I don't walk around and disrespect nobody. I don't walk around and violate nobody. When I do comedy, I stand up on stages with Michael Blackson. He represent Africa. I stand up on stages with Mike Epps in Jamaica. He represents the U.S. Who am I representing? Who am I representing? So let's not get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted. I'm very proud of the two artists who had their show last night and performed, and it was wicked. And I was all in the comments. Me and Erykah Badu was joking the whole night. The whole night. Because you know what? That's something that if you Caribbean and you follow Bounty Killer and Beenie Man career, you know. They've been friends, they've not been friends, they've been friends, they've not been friends, So for us to see that, both of them on one stage or one platform, joking and dancing. And I never saw a Bounty Killer dance like that. And Beenie Man shaking his big ass belly and all of that. When I go to Jamaica, I stand up right next to Bounty Killer in Weddy Wednesday. When I go to a party, I stand up right next to Beenie Man in our next party. So I don't understand how all of a sudden disrespect and this and that get involved. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. It's confusing to me. And I get it. Like I said, I get it because Mataron was in his feelings and talking the way he was talking. His views don't carry my views. His views is not my views. He's speaking from a different place. I'm speaking from who I called, who I spoke to, as selectors, as producers, as artists, who I spoke to. That all of the people that was like, nah, dog, you see it, me nah gonna do it, no, dog, because you don't know. And like I said, I don't got no right to tell a man to do nothing. You built your own career, you built your own legacy. It is what it is. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have the right to tell you what to do. But if I ask you a question and you say no, and it is, you don't see my vision, it's all good. I move on to the next, fam. But the same thing that I've been talking about and fighting for is the same thing that Swiss Beats saw. The same thing that Timbaland saw. And they made it happen. They made it possible. And my argument is look. That's my argument. My argument is look. Look. See what I was telling y'all? The same shit I was telling y'all. Look, somebody else got to do it for it to make sense to us. That's what my point was. Somebody else got to do it for it to make sense to us. Big up Lisa Anna. Big up yourself. Somebody else always got to take up something and do it before it makes sense to us. Now let's keep it a buck, since we don't want to talk, because we talking about internal now. We talking about internal. I already addressed Swiss Beats and all of that. What he was saying. Like I said, no disrespect to you, Swiss Beats. I never disrespected your verses, your platform, and I would never disrespect it because I within myself feel like we are friends. Aside from this whole entertainment world. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't know where you at with it, and I would like to know where you at with it so I can know how to move accordingly. But like I said, ain't no animosity on my side, ain't no bad feelings on my side, there's no disrespect on my side, and there never will be. But since we don't want to talk internal, let's talk internal. Because a lot of people talk this talk. A lot of people talk this talk, but we fight. When we do our clashes, we fight for 6,000, 7,000 views. We fight for that. We fight for that. Why? How much Caribbean people is there around the world? How many Caribbean people is there around the world? I mean, like let's be honest with each other, bro. Let's be honest with each other. I thought it was going to be way more people on the verses than what was on there. To be honest with you, because we are enough everywhere. We are enough everywhere. There's how many Caribbean people are there in Canada alone? How many Caribbean people are there in New York alone? In Florida alone? In Atlanta alone? In fucking UK alone? How many Caribbean people are there? How many? I saw more American comments than Caribbean people last night. Let's talk internal. Let's talk internal since we there with it. I saw Kerry Hilson. I saw Diddy. I saw Little John. I saw Timberland. I saw Khaled. I saw all of these people commenting. If y'all was really about the culture, y'all would have nuff up in there. Nuff it up. Y'all would have nuffed it up. If y'all was really about the culture and y'all really cared about the culture. It would have been nuff up. Because we gotta make a stand for our shit. If that's how you feel about it. Because you see, enough of these people is hypocrites. Enough of these people is hypocrites, and all they do is sit around and wait for fucking backlash and fuckery to happen so they can laugh and joke and point fingers. You see, anytime we see another black man fall or something happen or something is going wrong, we like to point fingers and laugh. That's what we like. That's what we like. The only time you should be looking down at somebody is when you're looking to help them up. And these are the things that I preach all the time. Not just today because we on live and Swiss Beats. I appreciate Swiss Beats for even calling my name in that forum. For even calling my name on that live, I respect it, bro. Because a lot of people who didn't know who Majah Hype was, they are now wanting to know who they are. Whether it's negative, positive, all publicity is publicity. So I respect it. Thank you, Swizz. I respect that you call my name and I'm that important to even speak about on that live last night. I respect that. But y'all talk about this culture and y'all respect this culture and love this culture so much. Why wasn't it so much more people on that live last night? Because even when I was DJing the night before, Friday night when I was DJing on my live and we had the If I Was to Marry challenge, what did I specifically say before I got off the live? Tomorrow, let's go and make a statement and nuff up that VERZUZ. Tomorrow, let's go and represent. But the thing is that we like foolishness. We like to see somebody fall. We like to see people fall so we can laugh. That's what we like. And most of these people, look, today, look how funny life is. If I'm playing gospel music right now, we would have had 500 people. We'd have had 600 people on this live right now. If I was talking about ways to invest your money and create generational wealth, we'd have had 800 people right now. If I was talking about let's do a clash between two young upcoming sounds and let's build them, it would have been 700 people right now. But because y'all feel I was going to come on here and talk fuckery and lash out against somebody, everybody nuff up in here. 8,900 people was just on here because they thought that I was going to come here with animosity and anger and talk about fuck this, fuck that. No. Because y'all love fuckery and misery love drama. Today is Sunday. I'm not on that. I'm not on that. And like I said, big up to Busta Rhymes too, because Busta Rhymes is like my big brother. And me and Busta had a conversation for a while, for a long time, last night. And I understand his views and I understand where he's coming from. And I understand where Swiss is coming from, like I said. But Mataron don't speak for me. I speak for myself. And anybody who know me knows that's how I give it up. Shout out to comedian Chris, because when I first started doing my comedy, and started doing selling out shows and all of that, I started in a little place called Freeze. Club Freeze on Flatbush Avenue. That holds 75 people, and I had 150 people in there. And I hired comedian Chris to come through and hold the vibes. See, there's not a bad mind bone in my body. I keep my own show every year, Labor Day weekend in New York City. 3,200 people sold out every year in King's Theater. I do Mother's Day in NJ Pack. I hire people. I give people an opportunity to bless the stage. And I don't mean nothing by it, but guess what? Most of the people who I hire have never called me back to hire me for anything. And I'm not saying that in an animosity way. I'm saying that because I'm trying to show you how real my heart is. How real my intentions are to see people progress. I've hired Just Hilarious. I've hired DC Young Fly. I've hired the best of the best. You name them. Jason Andors. Haitian V. Fredo. I've hired multiple people. I brought Safari out on my show in Mother's Day in Jersey. He hosted my show in King's Theater. Him and Jesse Wu. So nobody don't tell me about what I do for this community and what I do for this culture and how I represent this culture. Nobody can tell me that. Nobody. Not nobody. Brought White Yardie to Amazura. Brought Tricks to Amazura. Majority of the people, I don't look for them to hire me back. I do it from my heart. Because I could put Major Hype on a flyer by myself and sell it out. You understand what I'm saying? Big up Jazzy T. Big up to Steely. Big up to the real people in this business, because there's a lot of real people in this business. But there's also a lot of fake people in this business too. With the little crab in the barrel mentality, the little leeches. The people that are just hustling out the business. And like I said, I'm speaking internally because I know how people is. I know people always want to pick what they want to talk about and work off of that. They're not going to listen to the whole conversation. They're not going to listen to the whole live. What they're going to do is they're going to take a specific part out of it and say, yo, he was dissing you again. And that's why I'm going to keep saying it. When I do the house party on Saturday, I didn't have to tell Pablo and Spooky to come here and play music. I could have did that myself. But I'm trying to give everybody an opportunity with my platform. Genuinely. I didn't ask nobody for no money. I didn't ask nobody to do nothing. I just do it. Out of the kindness of my heart. Because that's who I am and that's who I've always been. I've always been a person who a lot of people never believe in me. A lot of people doubted me on my rise. A lot of people felt like, oh, he's not going to make it. He's not going to be around long. And I don't ever want to be that person. I don't ever want to have that mentality. I don't ever want to be poisoned by the way people look at you. I don't ever want to be PP say, yo, I need you to promote this album that we have. All right, this is the price. And we all work together. So nobody don't tell me no fuckery. Like I said, Mataron speak his piece for himself. When I'm talking about selling out, I'm talking about internally. Not Bounty and Beenie, man. I'm talking about internally. Internally, we sell out ourselves all the time. Y'all want to talk facts? Let's talk the facts. Look how long Tessa and Chin been singing. Look how long she been singing in dancehall and singing her music for the culture. Nobody never really pay her no mind. Yeah, she have 1 and 2 songs with go on and thing, but nobody never really pay her no mind. Until what? Until she was on The Voice. How long you saying about a run? Not until him reach Olympics, everybody start calling him. Yeah, I mean, Jamaica, Ray, yes, cheer for them. The same way you gonna represent and support somebody when they up there, support them on their way up too. Support them on their climb. Since you want to talk about internally and who bad mind and who not bad mind and who this and who that. Ola Tunji. Nobody wasn't looking at him until he went on The Voice. Now it's, oh, vote for Ola. Vote for Ola. Yes, Ola representing Trinidad, yeah. It's a bunch of hypocrites in this business. And that's what and when I speak, that's where I'm speaking from. I'm not speaking about about no Swiss Beats. Swiss Beats? Swiss Beats is a legend. Swiss Beats is a legend. He did what he had to do for his culture, and he representing our culture. How can I disrespect that? How? How could I disrespect that? That's like me disrespecting Busta. Busta's a legend. Busta is of Caribbean descent, but he's a rapper. He's representing us any chance he get. How can I disrespect them? How can I disrespect Safari? I know Safari for years, riding motorcycle up and down New York and Queens and Ray. The part that's disappointing to me is, like I said once again, represent on the climb, not on the pinnacle. Represent on the climb. That's what I'm talking about. Because guess what? We all gonna rise together. As a culture, as a diaspora. We all gonna rise together. Don't wait till somebody make it then to talk about, yeah, him big and this and him do this, him do that. Enough people ain't believe in me. Enough people ain't care about what Majah was doing. Enough people said I was crazy. Oh, yeah, talk to yourself, you're a madman, this and that. Look at me. God has blessed me with all I need in abundance. In abundance. So when people talk they fuckery, I don't care what they talking about. Mataran can speak for himself, I speak for myself. Bounty Killer, how much artist Bounty Killer boss? How me for this Bounty Killer? And call Bounty Killer pussy wall on Instagram and this and that. If Mataran want to do that at a film business. You know how much artist Bounty Killer boss? You know how much artist? It's the same heart. I do things for general principle, not for no exposure. You know how much times I do things for people? I don't need to record everything that I do for people. If I'm in the street and I give a homeless $10 or $25, I'm supposed to record that to show people that I'm real and I can give away $20 and $25? No. That comes from the kindness of my heart. So I don't need to expose anybody to do that. You know how much people link me on Instagram and I'm a DM and ask me for baby feeding and pampers and this and that? I don't need to expose those people. I do it from my heart. What disappoints me, and I'm not going to stop saying it, what disappoints me is the fact that I can post a fucking flyer that has to do with the culture, not a major hype show, and it goes even further than that. Not a major hype show, nothing to do with major hype, but a clash. Something that we said is for the culture. We're giving back to the people and the culture. Right? And nobody, not even some of my friend them or so-called friends, will repost that fucking flyer. But when Swiss Beats put up his flyer, the whole world posted. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And that's where my emotions come from. That's where my emotions come from. You understand? So like I said, Mataran was on his live. Big up Mataran. He was on his live. He was ranting or saying how he felt or how he feel. I jumped on the live to look at it. He requested me. We had a conversation and I got off the live. That's it. Full facts. So if just because me stand up on a corner with a man, yeah, sometimes a man stand up and him innocent and him get gunshot. All right. All right. Me take it. But I could always come back and talk my truth too. I'm not dead. I'm here. I'm here. That's what I'm talking about. Swiss Beats did everything right. And I enjoyed that clash to the fullest capacity. I enjoyed the shit out of it. You understand? But guess what? And I'm speaking to my culture. I'm not speaking to American culture, Afrobeat culture. I'm not speaking to them. I'm speaking to my culture, Caribbean culture. Guess what? Guess what? Swiss Beats did what he had to do. Guess what? He did his hip hop verses. He did his Nelly, his Nelly and Ludacris. He did all of that. Right? Right? He did all of that. He did Bounty Killer and Beenie Man too. Where do we go from here? Because that's it. That's it. Next week or the next verses might be Afrobeat. The next verses might be English hip hop. The next verses might be fucking Garth Brooks versus Randy Travis. It might be country next. Where do we go from here? That's my point that I'm making. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? That's what I need to know. Because everybody got the answers and everybody ready to jump down everybody's throat and everybody ready to say what's the problem and who's bad and who this and who not bad and who this. Where does the Caribbean culture go from here? That's what I need to know. Tell me. Because I can't call no Caribbean artists and get them to agree to do anything. Because I've tried it. And nobody that depend that. So what should I do then? What should we do? Should we call Swizz and let Swizz call them so that he could get them to do it? Because I'm done with the clashes. I'm done. Completely done. Like I said, I will sit back and enjoy everybody's clashes. If you got a clash, enough respect to you. Big up yourself. Enough love. I will represent it. If you need me to post it, I'll post it. But I am not dealing with no more clashes. I'm play my music when I feel like. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. And everybody who is in this Caribbean industry has felt the same pain that I've felt. They felt it. They felt the disappointment that I felt. Why? Why? Why does it have to come to this for us to, and let me tell you something. God don't make mistakes, you know. Everything happened for a reason. In my belief, everything happened for a reason. Like I said, big up to Swiss Beats for calling my name on such a mega platform. Because I don't have the followers that Swiss Beats have. And I don't have the followers that Timbaland have. You understand what I'm saying? So guess what? I appreciate it, bro. Enough respect and enough love, bro. And like you said, be cool. We gonna always be cool. It is what it is. It is what it is. But guess what? As far as I'm concerned, I'm good on the class shit. I'm good on all of that. I'm going to do my comedy. I'm going to do my Majah hype shows, my comedian shows, my skits. We're going to have our comedic conversations. And that's it. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. God bless anybody who gets the next clash and does Marshall versus Bungie or Taurus versus Egyptian or whoever it is. God bless that person. You hear me? God bless that person. You understand? I didn't have a conversation with Swiss Beats. I never had no conversation with him. If he saw what he saw and he took it the way he saw it, he should have called me and said, yo, bro, real talk, I don't know what's going on, but yo, what's really good? Because I can speak for myself, and I know, and I know how to articulate. You understand what I'm saying? I know how to get my point across, and I know what I know how to say what I believe in. And if I did mean any disrespect, I would have no problem saying that as well. I would have no problem saying, yo, bro, I don't got no respect for your shit. But that's not the case. I got high regards for Swiss and his family. I got high regards for Swiss and what he's doing for his culture. Like I said before earlier, I did what I started doing because of watching him do it for his culture. I started doing what I did for my culture because of what I saw him doing for his culture. And I said that in the beginning. And I said that before. Corey, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Corey. You don't know how I felt sitting there watching what Swiss had to say and seeing the comments and seeing the people that follow me and the people that say they are Caribbean and the people who respect me in the comments agreeing with the disrespect. You don't know how that feel, bro. So don't tell me that stopping is not going to help. Don't tell me that. Y'all niggas do it then. Y'all do it then. It's a whole bunch of people out here. I'm not even a selector. I'm not a singer. I'm not a producer. Why am I in music lane? Why am I in there? If there's any comedians who want to do comedy shows on my live, hit me up. Aside from that, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. The same people who say that they with you is in the comments talking about, yeah, them figure, I don't pay them no mind, and this and that. But you following me? If you DM me, you gonna get a DM back from me. How many of your mega stars could say that? How many of your mega stars and the mainstream stars could say that you could DM them and get a response? You could tell them, yo, I had a feeling about killing myself the other day, and your music or your comedy helped me get through the shit. How many of them gonna respond to your shit? How many of them gonna respond to it? You see, that's what happened. The real people always get the fucking end of the fucked up end of the stick. You understand what I'm saying? Because if I was one of these type of niggas that was like, yo, you know what? Fuck everybody. I'm getting my money. I'm doing my thing. I don't care about nobody else. Let me just stick to my truth and do what I do. Then I would have been a pussy wall. I would have been rich and switch. I'd have been all of this other shit. You can't please people. That's the problem. You can't please people. No matter what you do, you're going to always be wrong. You're going to always have a wrong no matter what you do in people's eyesight. That's why I will fall all the way back from that class shit. All the way back. Y'all could go on Chris Diamond page. Y'all could go on whoever page y'all want to go on. But I will fall back. And if it's not about comedy, I'm good. If it's not about an upcoming show, I'm good. If it's not about helping the community, I'm good. You don't know, you must not know how it feel to say do you know how it feel to have an army behind you and you standing in front of that army and you saying to yourself, yo, see this army right here? I will die for this army. And when you turn your back, you see them chatting with the enemy. And I'm not saying Swiss Beats is the enemy because y'all like to take shit out of perspective. But do you know how it feel for somebody to stay behind you and say this is your people? This is who you ride for. And when you turn around, they all chatting you. You know how that feel? Nobody not tell me no foolishness about keep on going and continue and this. And I mean, don't nobody tell me that. I don't care who the guy. Don't tell me that. Because y'all don't know how I felt inside to see people commenting that say they follow me and say that they fans of Majah Hype and they represent this culture and all this shit. And they sitting there condoning foolishness like if they didn't know what I was talking about. You understand what I'm saying? We supposed to be celebrating today. Knowing that, yo, you know what? The culture represented last night. It was a historic event. No, we're not sitting here celebrating. That's not what we're doing. It's a bunch of attitudes and bad moves and bad feelings and who said this and who said that. It is what it is, fam. It is what it is. You understand what I'm saying? And this is the same things that happened with Marcus Garvey. People sell him out for rice and peas. Same thing with Malcolm X. People sell him out. Martin Luther King, people sell him out. Because we got a problem with each other. When you look in the mirror, what you see? You see hatred. You hate yourself, so how could you love others? You understand what I'm saying? And I would never turn around and say fuck my culture. I would never say fuck y'all. I would never cuss y'all. I'm not, and I don't want y'all to, I want y'all to get this completely straight. I'm not upset in no shape or form. No way am I upset. I am disappointed. I am disappointed because not if I would have see, let's not get it twisted. You understand what I'm saying? I'm disappointed. I'm not upset. Upset? I got life. I got health. My family is in good health. My family is enjoying what my hard work and my labor. That's what I want to see. I want to be able to continue my legacy. My kids, pass something down for my kids. I want my kids to be proud when they walk outside and say, yo, that's my father's name is Majah Hype. I want my wife to walk around and say, yo, my husband is such and such. And I'm proud of that. So y'all gotta get it. Yeah, you see what I realize is that a lot of people have comprehension problems. They can't comprehend. They don't even understand the difference between upset, vex, disappointment, emotional. There's differences. There's a difference. And I'm disappointed to know that this is something that we've been talking about almost a month ago. And as a flyer drop, and I'm talking about my friends and the people who them so-called friends, post. This is going to be epic. Post. Oh my God, this is crazy. Post. But when your friend or your so-called friend who you claim to be your friend posts a flyer with Stereosonic against whosoever for the culture, I'm not putting my Cash App up. You understand? I'm not gaining anything off of it. Me not say no, post it. That's disappointing. Still, you think I say you can't join, you know?